Hey, it's Joe Sculley. Today, the Judiciary Committee is holding a public hearing on the legalization of recreational marijuana for use by adults. There's a lot of things in there, including a provision that would prohibit drug screening as a precondition to employment. However, there are some important exceptions to that, such as where it is required by federal law, which is a good thing because the trucking industry is required by federal regulation to test for drugs and alcohol under pre-employment as a condition to pre-employment, and there's random testing requirements throughout the year, post-accident testing if applicable, reasonable suspicion testing if applicable, and return to duty testing if applicable. So all of these things should be covered under the exceptions that were put into the bill. I highlighted that even if recreational marijuana were to be legalized in Connecticut, truck drivers in the state and any other state are still going to be subject to that type of testing. And here's an important thing to keep in mind also. If you test positive for drugs, you can be terminated immediately. There is no provision in federal law which requires you to retain your job or requires the employer to keep your job for you if you test positive. You can be fired if there is a zero tolerance policy. Of course, there is a process if the employer wishes to keep someone who tests positive, but there is no requirement for it. So these are all things we have to keep in mind as the marijuana debate moves forward.